Hello learners, you are welcome to Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. And today we are to look at mathematics, and the aspect we want to look at today is the aspect of statistics. So let's move on.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
Today we want to look at the frequency distribution table, which is an aspect of statistics. Statistics is just an area of mathematics that deals with data collection, presentation, and analysis. So their lesson objectives. We have, by the end of the lesson, learners will be able to construct a frequency table for group data, and as well as a frequency table for group data. So let's see. So what do we mean by frequency distribution table? Yes, a frequency distribution table displays the frequency or number of occurrence of each score in a given data. And sometimes it could be a grouped one or ungrouped. Okay, so I have an example here of an ungrouped and group data. So look at this. We have scores, we have the tally, and at the same time the frequency. So what does it mean? Score 2, score 3, score 4, score 5. Tally is just another way of presenting our numbers. So instead of writing 2, I can just write 2 strokes. Instead of writing 4 as a figure, 4 strokes. Instead of writing 2, I have 2 strokes, and so on like that. So what does this table really mean? It means that for 2, score 2 occurred twice. So 3 occurred 4 times. So it means I can, if it is just a raw table, so it could just be like 2, 2. 3 occurred 4 times. So 3, 3, 3, 3. And if it is just 4, 4 occurred 2 times. So this is 4, 4. And then 5 occurred 2 times. 5, 5. So it means this raw table is what I've presented in this manner. I hope you see that. So 2 occur 2 times. So we also have another, which this one is a grouped data, because I have set of numbers. I need to group them. So which we have done here. So here I have 5 numbers from 5 to 10. So it means here it could be, when we have in the set of data, it could be 6, it could be 7, it could be 8, it could be 9, it could be 10. So numbers that fall in this range, I have them, they occur 2 times. Numbers in this range of the data, 11 to 15, they occurred 4 times. Numbers within 16 and 20, they occurred 2 times. And numbers within these also occurred 2 times. So you can see this is empty. So it actually means that it does not, there's nothing like that. We don't have numbers between 26 and 30. So in such a case, you can just, for the frequency, you can still write 0 there. So write 0. So that is an example of what we mean by an ungrouped and a grouped data. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so we have seen an example. So this is now a raw data. So can we use that raw data to produce the kind of example we have seen in the last slide? Okay. So we have this, construct the frequency table for each of the following. So I have this. How do I do that? So to do that, I need to draw my table. Okay. Let's look at the numbers that we can see there. So what are the numbers? The lowest is 2. I have 2. Yes, so write 2. So you can just let this be the numbers, the data. Let it be x. I have 2, okay? Apart from 2, what other number do I have? Yes, I have 3, yes. What other number? I have 4, okay. Any other one? Do I have 5? Yes, 5 is there, and 6. 5 and 6. Any other number? Okay, I think that's all. So let's move. So the best way to do that, let's use tally first. Tally. Then we can convert that to our frequency. Okay? All right, so let's see. Let's go one after the other. This is 4. As you pick any one, you strike it out. 4. We have 4 here. 3. Where is 3? This is 3. We have 6. 6. I have 5. 5. I have 2. Yes. 4 is here. This is 4. I have 3. This is 3. I have 3. This is another 3. I have 6. This is 6. 4. This is 4. I have 2. This is 2. I have 3. This is 3. I have 2. This is 2. I have 2. This is 2. I have 3. Now 3 is now making 5. So strike that to tie it. Then we move on. This is 3. I have another 3. This is 4. I have 4 here. This is 5. I have 5. 6. I have 6. 4. Where is 4 there? This is 4. It is now 4. So add 1 to it. Tie it up. Then I have 2. This is 2. Tie it. I have 3. This is 3. I have 4. This is 4. So from that, I can now write it out. I have, this is 5. This is occurred 7 times. This occurred 6 times. This occurred 2 times. And this is 3 times. So this is my frequency table for this particular data. So I think you can also use that on this particular example here. So let's move to the next thing. Now, so we have been able to look at ungrouped data. So this is another one, which is for grouped data. Now, what do we have? The marks obtained out of 25 by 30 students of a class in the examination are given below. So this is what we have. The question is represent the above data as a group data, taking the class interval of 0 to 5. So 0 to 5. So it means this is a grouped one. We have grouped the data. Numbers between 0 and 5 will be at a particular place. So from there we move 6 to 10 and so on. So we make sure that, but one thing here is to have an equal interval. Yes, we have to be very careful. So we can just have, okay, 0 to 5, no problem. Just make sure that the intervals, they have equal interval. So if it is add 5 to this to get this one, the next one add 5 and so on. So let's see. We draw the same thing. This is class interval, right? Class interval here. Interval. Okay. So we are starting from 0 to 5. 0 to 5. They have given us an example there. So you can see we have, when we add 5 to this, we get this. So the next number will be the next number after 5, which is 6. Add 5 to it because we need to have equal interval. So add 5 to this, it will give you 11. After 11, the next one is what? 12. Add 5 to it, we have what? We have 17. Okay, after that, the next number is 18. Add 5 to it, we have what? 23. Okay, do we still have? Yes, we still have another one that is not there. So the next number here is what? 24. After that, so add 5 to it, that is 29. Okay, so the same way we did that one, tally, then frequency. Okay. All right. So from there, 0 to 5. So let's go. The same way we did the ungrouped data is what we are going to do here. This is 20. which category do we find 20? 20 belongs to this interval. So that is 1. 6 belongs to this interval. That is 1. 23 belongs to this interval. That is 1. 19 belongs to this same interval. Okay? 9 belongs to this. Okay? 14 belongs to where? Here. All right? 15 belongs to this. 3 belongs to this. 1 belongs to this. 12 belongs to this. Okay? 10 belongs to this. And 20 belongs to this. Okay? 13 belongs to this. And 3 belongs to this. 17 belongs here, tie it up. 10 belongs to this. And 11 belongs to where? Here, tie it up. 6 belongs to this. 21 is here. 9. Okay? 6. Hope you are following. 6. Where do we find that? Here. Okay. 10. Where do we see 10? Here. 9. Where do we see 9? Here. 4. Where do we see 4? This. 5 here. 1 is here. 5 is here. 11 is here. 7 is where? Here. Okay? 24, which is the last one. 24 belongs to this. Okay? So I haven't done that. Then we change it to frequency. So this is 7. This is 12. This is what? 5. And this is 5. And this is 1. So with this, we have been able to create, represent the information in a group data. And you can see, just very simplified. Okay, so that is what we mean by grouped data, classifying under group data. So I think you understand what I've done. Yes, on group data, there are also some things that we'll see there, which from that we have done. We have class interval, we also have frequency. But there are some things, because you have actually, look at this, 0 to 10. We have numbers from 0 to 10, coming like this. They need a representative. There are some things that we need to write out there. What do we mean by class limit? What do we mean by class size? What do we mean by class mark? What do we mean by class boundaries? So there are some of those things that we are, from this data we have presented here, you have to note something. Here, maybe in other example, we also try to bring out some of those things there. But here, look at, you can see them, they are overlapping. Unlike the previous example that we did, they are not overlapping. So the previous example is just strictly class interval. Here, this same class interval will be the same thing as class boundary. When we say class boundary, it means, for example, let's take a look at, we have lands. We have land, this belongs to A, this land belongs to B, this land belongs to C. But because there is need, you can see there's extra space here. So in that case, that space belongs to who? So we need to share it between them. So in that case, we look for the middle value. So we say from here to here, this is boundary. They are going to share the same boundary. And that is what is happening here. So this is also the same thing as class boundary here. So you can transfer this exactly to this. So the true lower limit, this is 0. And this is what? 10. This is 10. This is 20. So this is 20, this is 30. This is 30, and this is 40. Now we have something we call the class limit. Is the lower limit and the upper limit. So which is the same thing that we have here. Then we have what we call the class size. The class size is telling us the distance between the upper boundary and the lower boundary. So for the class size, now how do we produce the class size? So once you pick interval or class boundary, in most cases we make use of class boundary because there are some data they will give you, like the previous example we did. You can see, if you observe, you can go back, you realize that the data are not lapping there. The data are not lapping. We have from that place, we have 0 to 5. We have 6 to 11. They are not lapping. So you should take note of that. In this case, because they are lapping, that's why the class interval and the class boundary are the same. But in the case of this nature, when they are not lapping, like the previous example we had, 12 to 17, so it means in this case, you need to adjust this as the class boundary. So our class boundary here, in a data of this nature, our class boundary will be, you look at this, you subtract, you find the difference. It depends, sometimes it depends on what. So just come here, 6 minus 5 is what? 1. Divide 1 by 2, because just like I've explained here, you want to share the space that does not belong to any of them. You want to share them, so you have to share it into 2. And that is why 6 minus 5 is 1, divided by 2, 0.5. And you add 0.5 to all this, 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5, and you subtract 0.5 from these ones here, minus 0.5, minus 0.5, minus 0.5, and minus 0.5. So having done that, it's very easy for us to find our class size through the class boundary. So just come to the class boundary, subtract 10 minus 0. It will give us, and that is what has been done here. 10 minus 0 is 10. For this, it's same thing as 20 minus 10, which is 10. And for this is 30 minus 20. For this, it is 40 minus 30. So that is what we mean by class size. Another important aspect is what? Class mark. Class mark. Because we have range of values, 0 to 10. You may be asked, who is the representative of this group? We don't know. So how do we get a representative? You don't just pick any of them. You can't just pick, one belongs to that group, let me pick one as the representative. No. In mathematics, you pick without bias. And the best way you can do that is to look for a measure of central tendency, which we are going to explain later. So you look for a mean there. So which is the median, which is the middle value. So, and that is what we have done there. So you had 0 plus 10 divided by 2. So for this, it will be what? 10 plus 20 divided by 2. And that will also be the same thing as 15. If you had 10 plus 20, that's 30, divided by 2, that's 15. Okay? For this, 20 plus 30, that's 50 divided by 2, that's 25. And for this, it is 35. So that is one of those things that we need to know in group data. Because in our subsequent classes, we'll see how we can find the mean of such data, how we can find the standard deviation and all that. So with what we have done, I want to leave you with this particular practice question. Construct a frequency distribution table for this. Then find the class size, the class mark, and the boundaries of each class here. So I give you just 60 seconds to do that. So how do we do this? Okay. All right, so to do this, we have been given the class interval. We have 30. Can we see which one is the lowest number there? Okay, I have 31. Okay, so let's draw that. Class interval. Okay, so we can have our tally here. All right, so we have 30 to 34. So do you observe that? The next one is 35 to 39. So what do you observe? If you add 4 to this, you get this. If you add 4 to this, you get this. So the next number will be what? 40. Okay? So if the next number is 40, add 4 to this, we have 44. The next number, 45. Add 4 to this, we have 49. The next number is what? 50. Add 4 to it, we have 54. Do I still have, okay, I still have 63, we have 70, we have 75. Okay, so the next one is what? 54, 55 to what? 59. Okay, 60 to what? To 64. Okay, the next one, 65 to what? To 69. All right, then 70 to 74. I think, okay, I still have 75. Okay, so I still have 75 to 75 to add 4 to it, that's 79. Okay, so let's see the tally. Let's start now. 31, put 31 is here. 41, where is 41? This is 41. 46, where is 46? 33, where is 33? 33 is here. 44, where is 44? 51, where is 51? 51. 56, 56. 63, 63 is here. 71, 71. 71, 71 is here. 71, 71 is here. 62, 62, 62, 62. 62 is here. 63, 63 is here. 54, 54 is here. Okay, 53, 53 is also here. 51, 51 is also here. 43, 43 is where? This is 43. Okay, 36, I have 36 here. I have 38, where is 38? 38 is here. 54, I have 54 here, close it up. I have 56, 56 is here. 66, 66, 66, 66 is here. Okay, 71, 71 is here. 74, 74 is also here. 75, 75 is here. Okay, 46, 46 is here. 47, 47 is also found here. 59, 59 is found here. 60, 60 is found here. 61, 61 is found here. 63, and 63 is also found here. So from that, we have our frequency. Okay, so what's the frequency? This is 2, this is 2, this is 3, this is 3, this is 5, this is 3, this is 6, this is 1, this is 4, and this is 1. So this is, we have been able to present that. Okay, so now go to the next question, which is find the class sizes, the class mark, and the class boundary. So here, okay, let me just, okay, so for the class size, before you can get the class size, you have to get the class boundary. It's from the class boundary that you get that. Then for the class mark, I told you the other time, class mark, it means the representative value. Okay, So let me use this space here for the class mark. The class mark, it means the representative of this particular class, which is the middle. And if you look at the middle of, what's the middle of 30 and 34? So it means you had 30 and 34 together divided by 2. And that should give you 32. Okay? That's the middle. For this, the middle will be 37. For this, the middle will be 42. So it's just simply by adding and dividing by 2. So you should be able to do that. This is 47. This is 52. This is 57. This is 62. This is 67. And this is 72. This is 77. All right. So that is for that. Then the next thing, let's find the class boundary. I told you the other time, class boundary, it means here they have to share the same boundary. And how do we do that? So look at what is the difference between, they are not overlapping. What's the difference? The difference is just 1. Divide the difference by 2. So you have what? 0.5. So subtract 0.5 from here, add 0.5 to this. So for here we have 29.5 to 34.5. For this we have 34.5 to 39.5. For this we have 39.5 to 44.5. We have 44.5 to 49.5. This is 49.5 to 54.5. This is 54.5 to 59.5. This is 59.5 to 64.5. Okay? So this is 64.5 to 69.5, and then 69.5 to 74.5, and then 74.5 to what? 79.5. And so you can see they are overlapping. They are overlapping. So that is what we mean by the class boundary. The class boundary. Okay, so and the last aspect is the class size. So how do we get the class size? So just subtract the difference between the class boundary. You have to be very careful. You don't use the difference between the class interval. For example, let's see this. Difference between class interval here, 34 minus 30 will give us 4. And that is not the correct answer. Here, 34.5 minus 29.5 will give us 5. So the size we are looking for will be, when you subtract, that is 5. When you subtract 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So that is what we mean by the class size. So I hope you got that right. Yes. So I hope you have been able to learn this today. So it is always good that you practice. Practice, they say, makes perfection.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
For any comments, questions, you can always make use of the social media handle written on the screen. So thank you very much. Have a nice time.
Thank you.